In 2021, the Melbourne Demons captured the AFL Premiership, exercising a spectre that has haunted the team for almost 60 years. Players and fans alike wept in what was a truly momentous occasion for Australian rules football. Many a Melbourne faithful have attributed their decade-spanning streak of finals failure to a curse. A curse that allegedly haunted the Demons ever since the dismissal of their most successful coach to date, the Red Fox himself, Norm Smith. Whether the curse was real or not, the story behind Smith and his sacking is a fascinating piece of Australian sporting folklore. The origins of the Melbourne Football Club stretch back to the 1800s, when it was a founding member of the Victorian Football League, later transitioning into the AFL. Success would come relatively early for Melbourne, winning their first premiership in 1900 and again in 1926. From 1939, the Demons won 3 consecutive premierships, with none other than future coach Norm Smith being their lead goal kicker for each season. Though Smith was an excellent player in his own right, his true dominance, and that of the Demons themselves, began when he started coaching in 1952. His first 2 years produced no grand final victories, but Smith would coach Melbourne to an incredible run of success from 1954 to 1964. Melbourne made it into the finals each year and would win 6 of their 8 premiership matches. It was an unprecedented feat of Aussie rules glory, and Smith was instrumental in their triumph. Ron Barassi, a star player and friend of Smith, would be another vital component in the success of Melbourne, captaining the club for much of their streak of good fortune. The glory of the Demons would not last though, and their dynasty came to an end in the 1965 season. Despite all of his previous success and a positive start to the season, the Melbourne Football Club committee would sack Norm Smith in the 13th round, flooring both the media and fans. While the exact reasons behind the sacking have never been made official, events during Smith's time at Melbourne may reveal some clues. Before his dismissal, Smith had accused umpire Don Blue of being a cheat. Blue responded by suing Smith for defamation. Smith looked to club management for moral and financial support, but he would not find any. The two men would settle the case out of court. A move to Carlton by Ron Barassi has also been pinpointed as a factor in Smith's dismissal. Smith gave Barassi his blessing to leave for Carlton to forge his own career as a player coach. This decision to support Barassi's move would leave Smith's position vulnerable before Melbourne management. Though the club returned Smith to his position in the wake of the outcry, Smith's relationship with them was beyond repair. The Demons would only win 1 more game in the 1965 season and miss the finals altogether. After further underwhelming performances, Smith left the club in 1967. The Melbourne Demons' era of dominance had come to an end. It would be 22 years after Smith's sacking before the Demons made it to the finals again, and they have only been in the grand final game 3 times since, including this year. Whether or not an actual supernatural curse has affected their success, the dismissal of Smith has permeated the minds of longtime Demons fans. It remains one of the most controversial moments in Australian sporting history to this day. And though Smith would continue coaching after departing the Demons, he was unable to recapture his former glory. Norm Smith passed away in 1973 from a cerebral tumour at just 57 years old. Despite how things ended for Smith at the Demons, his legacy still echoes today. In commemoration of the 100th season of AFL, Smith was named coach of AFL's Team of the Century in 1996. Inductions into the AFL and Melbourne Demons Hall of Fame would follow. Since 1979, the player judged as best on ground in the AFL Grand Final has been honoured with the Norm Smith Medal. And with Melbourne's 2021 Premiership win, a player from the team that Smith so loved has finally received the medal that bears his name, putting the curse to rest.